Well, hello everyone, hello. We've got a weird patch today. Grids is doing its usual thing with Hat on channel 3, T-Kick on channel 1. Channel 2 I am splitting. One of those copies is clocking Dresno, which I'm using a couple of three Dresno gates to control Tonic, which is sending CV down here. To the dual parallel VCO. And the output from that is going into the AWM, which is receiving some fold CV from vector space. Vector space is receiving two free running LFOs and the mix output from the A143-1. But then the output from the AWM is going into this channel of streams that is being triggered by the other copy of that trigger here. And that's the melody. Now I've got divide and conquer, counting the number of reset pulses coming from grids, and every 3 bars it is triggering Mookslicer to play its pattern. And that's, wait, let me see now. That, if I'm not completely wrong, is, yes, that's the DCO playing the bass line there. And then that's Morpheum running on a kind of a synced LFO, which I'm generating by running this clock into the signal input of make noise function and taking the output of that into Morpheum. Also using a vector space CV to bring in some Tragotronic noise on the morph input and fade that effect in and out. So occasionally that it gets noisier as a little bit of dirt that comes in. I'm using the end of rise gate to clock the squared axon, which is just receiving one of the CVs from vector space. The accent output of grids is triggering this vectoral on the conduit, which is doing this kind of like metallic, like a triangle hit. And then I'm using some blended CVs, one of the A143-1 envelopes and an output from squared axon mixed together into the sag input of the chaos NAND, and that's going into the other conduit vectoral, which is being gated by a Dresno gate to put in some static every once in a while. Then I've got the circuit pin VCO groaning in the background. It's triggered every 5 bars by divide and conquer. The word choice is being modulated by one of the outputs from the squid axon. And the audio is going through Bastel Cinnamon. And I am taking the bandpass output of Cinnamon. And the cutoff is being modulated by vector space. I also have the square distortion switch turned on. And then I have two oscillators of the Pittsburgh Modular Lifeforms SV1. And the envelope is being controlled by the gate output. And the filter is being controlled by the pressure output. Two bottom rows are controlling the pitch of those two oscillators. And the top row is controlling the pitch of plats. Let's turn it up a little. Well, there you go. More experimentation. Learning what all of these things can do. Putting them through their paces, as it were. Anyway, as always, I have to thank my patrons, very generous patrons who paid for all of this cool stuff. And I have a Bandcamp where the good stuff winds up. I'm not sure if this is going to be one of them, but there is some good stuff there. And so there you go. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.